The idea for establishing a local historical museum began with the Addison Historical Commission. At its first meeting on November 12, 1973, members discussed the possibility of moving the former 1892 Village Hall building from Lake Street to the current municipal building campus for use as a museum. After the commission launched the Addison Historical Society in March 1974, a museum in Addison became its primary goal. The beginning of the museum's collection dates back to the 1960s when Historical Commissioner Pearl Morris, who worked at the Addison Public Library, started to collect written local historical materials in response to children looking for information on Addison history. When the society formed, it invited persons who have items of historical interest to donate or lend them to the society. The first item listed in the museum's accession book is 74.101, a small handwritten notebook titled Summary of Ordinances of the Village of Addison. The notebook was loaned to the Addison Historical Commission by Arnold Mueller and later donated to the museum in 1987. In 1976, the Historical Commission was given rooms on the second floor of Village Hall in space formerly used by the police department. Commission members volunteered to paint the rooms and create displays. On July 4, 1976, the Historical Museum of Addison was officially dedicated and opened to the public. The dedication included a flag presentation by the Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, and Campfire Girls, a welcoming speech by Chairman of the Museum Board, Robert Bosworth, a ribbon-cutting ceremony by Addison Village President K. Arthur Naumann, a tour of the museum by Elvira Hinkle and Pearl Morris, a ceremonial ringing of an 1860 St. Paul Lutheran school bell, and refreshments. Initially, the museum comprised of 3 rooms packed with artifacts and a marvelous photograph collection. One room housed a realistic barn scene display, complete with forge, anvil, blacksmithing tools, cedars, hog scrapers, and much more. The other room depicted an early American living room with antique furniture from the Edward Roderman home, handmade tools, and kitchen implements. When the museum first opened, it was open to the public on Tuesdays and Saturdays from 10 to 2 p.m., and school tours were available by advance appointment. By June 1977, the museum is noted as having 5 rooms in the municipal building and having a budget of $1,000. 3 of the rooms were for display and 2 rooms were set aside for work areas and an office for volunteers. According to a news article, it was already starting to outgrow its space. Around 1979, the commission hired the museum's first paid employee. Gloria Thu was hired to work as the museum clerk 4 hours each Saturday giving tours. A 1982 news clipping features a kitchen display. In 1983, a new room was opened in the museum in March. From society meeting minutes, it appears that a new barn display was installed in that space. During the 1980s, the commission continued to look for alternate spaces for a museum expansion, but none came to fruition. In February 1986, Vivian Krentz was hired to catalog, file, collect oral histories, and research, while Gloria continued to serve as the weekend tour guide. In May 1986, Gloria Thu resigned after 7 years of service to the museum. In August 1987, Vivian Krentz documented all the changes to the museum displays. By 1991, the museum's 15th anniversary year, it was apparent that the museum was running out of space for both new displays and work areas. Both the Commission and Historical Society promoted their dream to move the Balzer home and coach house to a vacant lot at 133 Army Trail Road donated by Vivian Krentz. The home would be decorated with furniture from the present museum in Village Hall, freeing up space for other exhibits. By year's end, commission talks with the village regarding this project ended due to the projected costs, but the society continued with their own efforts. In 1992, they launched their own fundraising campaign called What We Will Do in 92, announcing their intention of acquiring the Balzer home and coach house and moving them to the vacant lot on Army Trail Road and restoring the home to period. But by May 1993, it was apparent that the society was not going to be able to raise the sufficient funds, and it was announced in the society newsletter that the project was going to be abandoned. In the same newsletter, however, the society mentions that the village has purchased the Century House at 129 Army Trail Road, so the society pledged to apply their funds and labor to restoring it. By the museum's 20th anniversary in 1996, the Historical Society was still raising funds and asking for antique donations for the Century House restoration. After a succession of people working briefly for the museum between 1993 and 1997, Jeanette Paradiso was hired as part-time curator in April 1997. By the end of 1997, the village again became interested in acquiring the Balzer House for use as a museum. By the spring of 1998, with commission support, the village created the Addison Historical District, which included the Century House, future site of the Historical Museum, and former 4th Lutheran Teacherage. This time, the project to acquire and move the Balzer House and coach house proceeded, due to the planned replacement of Village Hall, which no longer had room for the museum. In 1998, the village purchased the Balzer home and coach house, and the Historical Society transferred ownership of the vacant lot to the village. The village was able to secure additional funding thanks to grants to fund the move and renovation of the buildings. The new museum eventually opened its doors in September 2000. It was not until International Museum Day in 2003 that the renovated coach house opened to the public. The museum celebrated its 30th anniversary in 2006 with tours, accordion music, cake, balloons, and a prize drawing in conjunction with the Tuesday evening concert and the second annual Taste of Addison. After being operated by the Addison Historical Commission for over 30 years, the museum campus and staff were brought under the responsibility of the Community Relations Department of the village around December 2010. This was done to expand the museum's operational hours to village events such as Rockin' Wheels and Addison by the Slice Pizza Bake-Off. Jeanette Paradiso retired as part-time curator in 2016 after 19 years of dedicated service. The museum's first-time full-time paid professional, Susan English, was hired in September 2016 to assume the new role of Historical Museum Coordinator. During the past 10 years, staff and volunteers have been working hard to raise the museum's profile in the community. The museum led the village's commemoration of the Illinois Bicentennial in 2018 and America 250 in 2026. The museum has added exhibits on the growth of Addison as a suburb and the local and national significance of its major thoroughfare, Route 20 or Lake Street. The museum has also created online displays and made its historic photograph collection available to the public online. The museum has received awards from the Illinois State Historical Society and Illinois Association of Museums for its projects and programming. The museum is honored to have served the Addison community for the past 50 years and looks forward to helping Addison residents engage in their community's heritage in the future. You can learn more about the history of Addison by visiting the Addison Historical Museum. The museum is located at 135 West Army Trail Boulevard in Addison. For information on hours, programs, and services, please visit the museum section of the Village of Addison website.